Some shocking news has arrived from Joe Gibbs Racing, and it seems like the team is getting rid of their superstar driver, Denny Hamlin. After everything that he's achieved so far, Hamlin has been labeled as one of the greatest drivers to never win the Cup Series. That doesn't mean he should be treated this way by one of the most contentious teams on the grid, Joe Gibbs Racing, which also got rid of Kyle Busch in an unusual manner. Could we see Hamlin inheriting the same fate as Busch? Denny Hamlin started his Cup Series career with Joe Gibbs Racing all the way back in 2005. And 19 years later, we are going to see him on the team for yet another season. However, at the end of the 2023 season, the contract is up, and we aren't that certain that Gibbs will keep Hamlin as his driver along with the other three. Now that the team has brought in a replacement for Busch, Ty Gibbs, the owner's grandson, the situation in the team is about to change quickly, and Hamlin could be on his way out at the end of the 2023 season. However, Ty is not the biggest of the worries for Hamlin, who is yet to win the Cup Series and has come close on a couple of occasions in the previous seasons. What worries him the most is that the sponsor, FedEx, has yet to extend the contract with JGR beyond 2023, which is one of the main factors determining whether Hamlin will stay with the team or not. Quite frankly, that's the reason why Busch left JGR after 15 years spent with them, with the team not being able to secure a new sponsor after Mars Inc. pulled out of the sport. Although Hamlin has recently spoken about his future, adding that nothing would delight him more than to retire from JGR, it seems like the retirement will come much sooner than everybody expects. What does Hamlin have to say about this situation? Certainly, I've always wanted to finish my career at JGR, and I'm optimistic that will be the case. There'll be a time where my attention will be more needed as a team owner than a driver, but it's going to be on my terms and when I want it to happen, and when I think it needs to happen. But I don't foresee ownership expediting my retirement. I think that my retirement will be a totally independent decision regardless of where we're at with the race team. Denny Hamlin has decided to take a dip in the ownership waters, co-owning a team along with NBA legend Michael Jordan. The 23XI Racing team has a very close relationship with JGR, which has been utilized perfectly in the last 2 seasons, ever since Hamlin became a co-owner in 2021. Joe Gibbs Racing is in a pretty comfortable position entering the 2023 season, with Hamlin, Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, and Ty Gibbs running for the Cup Series championship. However, they do have a choice to make for the Xfinity Series team, one that would be much harder to make given the fact that Brandon Jones, who spent 5 years driving the number 19 Toyota for JGR, is set to move to JR Motorsports for the 2023 season. However, it seems like Joe Gibbs isn't really fond of Denny Hamlin, and he wants to get rid of the 42-year-old driver. Whether this is going to be a good decision or not, time will tell, but according to reports, Joe Gibbs doesn't want to extend the contract with FedEx deliberately, just so that he can have an alibi when it comes to cutting ties with Denny Hamlin. But what would happen to JGR if they were to lose Hamlin beyond 2023? As of now, it appears that the team is leaning toward this scenario, given the fact that the FedEx contract has yet to be renewed for 2023 and that the business model remains as it is, which would imply that Hamlin will be leaving the team. Denny is currently 42 years old, and his resume speaks for itself. As we mentioned earlier in this video, Hamlin is probably the guy who will definitely be one of the greatest drivers to never win a Cup Series, if he fails to do so in 2023 and decides to retire from 2024 onwards. With him co-owning a team with Michael Jordan, it's obvious that his focus is going to change, and that's something that JGR would have to fight with. Hamlin is the type of guy who can give young drivers like Ty Gibbs enough experience and knowledge. Hamlin's wishes have been granted. He will remain with JGR for another year. But if FedEx leaves the team after 2024, it's likely that Hamlin will follow them. Why would JGR cry after Hamlin is going to leave the team? Let's dive deep into his resume and see what kind of career he's left behind. In the 18 years that he spent with JGR, he's managed to win 48 races and start 614 times. And as we mentioned earlier in this video, he's yet to win a championship in the Cup Series. At the age of 42, it's always debatable whether a driver has what it takes to continue racing. And while Hamlin added that he plans to resign with the team beyond 2024, the FedEx deal could be the final nail in the coffin for the 42-year-old's plans for the future. Although age is definitely a factor, if there is one driver that knows how to capitalize on these situations, that has to be Denny Hamlin. He's shown the world that championships are just a number and don't really define how good you are on the track. And while the previous 2 seasons weren't great for Hamlin in terms of how far he got in the playoffs, that doesn't take away from the fact that JGR has a gem in their starting lineup. In each season that Hamlin has been in JGR, he has advanced to at least round 8. It's evident that he is a very consistent driver, and if JGR misses out on this feature, then rest assured that the future is not bright for them. What doesn't go in Hamlin's favor is the fact that he has been in declining form since 2020, with the latest 2 years being modest ones, to say the least. But what is the current state of Hamlin's career, and what kind of profile has he created for himself? As of now, Hamlin currently sits 17th on the all-time list with 48 wins. Among these wins, Hamlin has notched 3 Daytona 500s, 3 Southern 500s, and 1 Coca-Cola 600 win. The Indianapolis victory is something Hamlin would be desperate to achieve in his career, and something he has a good chance of achieving in the upcoming season. Still, the Daytona 500 victories are tied for the 3rd most of any driver, while the Southern 500 wins are tied for the 4th most. Want to hear something more impressive? Hamlin is one of only 3 drivers, apart from Richard Petty and Sterling Marlin, to win the Daytona 500 in back-to-back years, achieving it in 2019 and 2020. These were also the seasons that Hamlin was very close to winning a championship. And although he's failed in this so far in his career, it doesn't mean that he won't have a proper chance for the 2023 season. But one thing JGR should consider if they have to resign Hamlin, or if they are given the opportunity to do so, is that Hamlin is not well liked by the media. Quite frankly, the media's portrait of Hamlin is one of the main reasons why he wasn't able to receive the respect he deserves, and there have been numerous times in which Hamlin got into altercations with the media. One of the reasons that Hamlin hasn't been really respected in the media is that he is the co-owner of one of the most controversial teams on the grid, 2311 Racing, along with Michael Jordan. We've seen that Bubba Wallace is a driver who cannot be trusted with his shenanigans, and Hamlin has always been there to support him, even after the incident with Kyle Larson. That is something that an owner would definitely do, but that is also something that won't sit right with the public's opinion on Hamlin, hence the hatred towards him. There have been drivers out there who were popular before they started winning races, such as Chase Elliott and Dale Earnhardt Jr. On the other hand, Hamlin has never achieved peak popularity, and if you want proof, just look at all the merchandise sold under his name during race weekends. Therefore, Hamlin does bring a lot of quality to the track, but outside of it, he is either bashed by the media or not popular enough to bring attention and revenue to JGR. Although his success on the track should be enough for JGR to keep him as a mentor to younger drivers and potentially the favorite to have a championship run, we are yet to see what is going to happen beyond 2023. What do you think will be the decision of JGR? Let us know in the comments below.